today on my list to do is canning ground beef because we've been going through some ground beef, especially since it's soup season. And like last night, I made spaghetti and had it over spaghetti squash noodles. If you haven't tried that, you should. It's pretty good. And especially if you're watching your carbs and it's more healthy. So the ground beef was on sale. He got 16 pounds. What we did last night is we browned all of the meat and drained off the fat. It was too late last night, so I didn't want to can. So this morning, I heated up the meat. So the meat is hot and I have boiling water to put into the jars. This is very, very fast and easy. The only time, yes, they take 75 minutes in the cooker, but everything else is very easy. So I just wanted to take you along today what I'm doing. So we like having ground beef and any protein. You have to pressure can. You can water bath can any meat because it won't be safe. I love it because it's very easy. You come home and you want to get supper made really fast, and you don't have to thaw it out. So to me, it's worth doing the time to can. And say the power goes out and you have a freezer full of meat. That's going to be expensive, especially if your power goes out for, a few days and you don't have a generator. And it's just good to try to stock up for your family. All right, I like using wide mouth pint jars for the fact that it's easier to fill. And I think I probably get about 1.5 pounds per pint. So you want to fill 1-inch headspace. So I like to fill to the lower rim right here. So all you do is kind of pack it down, and then you're going to ladle in the hot water. This is hot packing. So the ground beef is not piping hot, but it's warm. The water is, I just brought it up to a boil, and you're going to put it in the hot canner. So you don't want to put cold stuff in a hot canner or you're going to bust your jars. So the next step is to take a knife and get the air bubbles out by simply just going around the sides. And at which point you pack it back down. If you don't get the air bubbles out, you have a risk of things siphoning out or busting your jars. So I always just make sure, I don't care what it is, I just go ahead and do it, even if it's tomato sauce or something. I like to add, say if you wanted to do like taco seasoning, if you make taco soup or something, I just like to keep all of mine plain just because it's, I don't really know what I'll be making that day. So I'm going to do 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I just use pink Himalayan salt. I know there's salt for canning, but I've never had any issues. So 1/2 teaspoon. And then the next step is just to take some vinegar on a cloth and wipe the rims down, just because you want to make sure that it's clean so the lids will seal. And y'all, that's all you have to do. The hardest part was browning the meat and waiting 75 minutes for it to can. Seriously, I do not like to do anything that takes too much time in the kitchen. I love being in the kitchen, but I do not like to do very extensive stuff. So you just want to finger tight, which means you just put the ring on, and you don't want to over tighten. So that was too much. And be careful, it's very hot. You just screw it on, and one time, that's it. All right, so I'm gonna double stack these. I got 2 inches of water here, and I'm gonna double stack, and then I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so you can see this popped up, so that assures me that it's started to vent heavy steam. And so I put the timer on for 10 minutes. It's already been 10 minutes, so I'm going to put my weight on. And then you're going to look at the gauge, and when it comes up to 10 pounds of pressure, I'm going to start my timer for 75 minutes. So that's all that you need to do. You have to lower your burner when it gets to 10 pounds because you don't want it to go really above or below the 10-pound mark. And if it does go lower than 10 pounds, you're supposed to start all the way back over. So just be patient. Once you do this a few times and get to know your stove, you'll be just fine. So hopefully that encourages you to try something new. And also, I didn't know my comments were off, so now you can comment. So please, if you like the videos or if you want to learn something, please let me know. All right, have a good day. Bye.